How many times have you gone to work and not received a lunch break? Enough is enough eventually, and these nurses are putting their foot down. A nurse may spend her entire shift in a patient's room while the patient is in labor, or in the operating room while the patient has a C-section, without being able to sit down, eat, or use the bathroom. The lack of breaks contributes to medication errors and incomplete documentation. Nurses have no time to refocus and compose themselves. The meal and rest break laws in California were designed to prevent that. These are all quotes taken from a lawsuit that two brave and bold nurses, Susanna Levy and Megan Green, have filed against the city and county of San Francisco. Not only are they standing up for themselves, but they are standing up on behalf of 2,200 other working nurses. How many times have you gone to work and not received a lunch break? Personally, I can only count a handful of times that this has happened to me in my 7 years of bedside nursing. I always made it a priority to get some type of break, and I must say my first employer did a really great job at making sure everybody received their break. On the flip side, I have heard from many nurses that they more often than not do not receive any type of break, which usually looks like quickly eating your food at the computer that you're charting on, all while you are sitting in a hallway computer cubby or at the nurse's station with bed alarms ringing, phones ringing, call bells are constantly beeping, visitors coming up to you asking you questions, lab calling you with a critical result, doctors placing new stat orders, and the smells of the unit lingering in the halls. The interruptions are endless. Enough is enough eventually, and these nurses are putting their foot down. These nurses have filed a lawsuit against the city stating the city has failed to provide meal and rest periods and or 1 additional hour of pay. I did not know this when I was a new nurse, but did you know if you do not take your lunch break, you have to be paid for that time you work? There is no such thing as working through your lunch break. It's either you received an uninterrupted, I'll say that again, break, or you received no break. My first employer, which was Reading Hospital, shout out to them in Reading, Pennsylvania, did a wonderful job at making sure everyone received a break. We would be assigned a lunch buddy every single day, or if there was a time we were slightly overstaffed, we would have a lunch break relief nurse, which was always so nice. If you even received one phone call during your break, it was interrupted, it was counted again as interrupted and did not count as a full break. Now, usually we would hand off our phones / voceras to the other nurse who was covering for us, but man, were there strict rules around this. And at the end of the day, when clocking out, the time card machine would ask you if you received an uninterrupted meal break. If you chose no, you would get paid for that 30-minute break instead. And if you chose no a lot, your manager would be coming to find you and ask you what the problem was. Maybe even put you on some type of time management schedule. I was a big proponent of getting my lunch break as it's important to take care of yourself. I always thought if I didn't take care of myself, how am I expected to take care of other people? Whether that looked like drinking enough water or having a good nightly routine, getting enough sleep. And if you're interested in a good nightly relaxing skincare routine, check out the description of this video. I have some of my favorite products linked down there that I use every single night to help me wind down after a stressful day. And it is just absolutely amazing. It is so nice to just feel good at the end of the day. So go check that out in the description. But back to the article. It talked about low staffing being a reason nurses do not get a chance to take their break. breaks. And while I completely understand that, and I see the reasoning behind that, I don't really fully agree that low staffing is only to blame in this situation. In nursing, no matter where you go, each unit, each department, each provider location has a different culture. I have worked in medical surgical, emergency medicine, outpatient infusion center, travel nursing, and now private duty nursing. Every position I have worked has had a different culture. Not only is this culture shaped by the management and the healthcare system, but it is primarily shaped by the other nurses working on the floor. And this is where I would have to shift some blame in this situation. And I know this may be controversial. When you have nurses working together who look out for one another, making sure they are up to date on their medication passes and medication administration, making sure they got a lunch break, this shifts the mentality of the floor. Nurses helping nurses is extremely beneficial. I have worked with many nurses of many kinds, some not talking to really anyone throughout the day and just keeping to themselves, and some who ask me how my day is going. The first of those nurses that I just talked about are usually the ones I see not taking lunch breaks. Which kind of nurse are you? Are you one who keeps to yourself, or do you put in an effort to help your coworkers? While I commend these nurses for being brave and being bold and standing up for themselves, I can't help but to wonder if the city is not the only one to blame for this. So what do you think? Do you think some responsibility falls onto the nurses, the management, the healthcare system, the city, the state, all of the above? Let me know down in the comment section. Thank you all for tuning into today's video. Don't forget to check the description of this video if you are interested in a new or revamped nightly or daily skincare routine to help you relax after a hard day's work. But have a great day, everyone, and I'll see you in next Tuesday's video. See ya.